So we have half our model done here, and what we're going to do, we're going to add some modifiers to this. So the first modifier I'm going to show you is mirror modifier. So this little wrench over here is where all your modifiers are. It's the modifiers property tab. So click it, and it's blank. Whatever you have selected, it's going to add a modifier to. So we're going to add a mirror. So just click add modifier and go to mirror, and it put the leg in a weird funny place, but that's okay. The modifiers work off of where the point of origin is. So that's a point of origin. It's going on the x-axis, which is back, but because of the location and everything, it's putting it in a weird spot. So we know we want the y-axis, so we're going to shut x off and turn y on. And then if you hit Q, all transforms, it puts it where it needs to be. Alternatively, you can also select what object you're kind of attached to. So on this leg, we'll try that. So add modifier, mirror, y-axis, turn X off, grab the eyedropper and select that, and it puts it where it's supposed to be. So that's two ways of doing that. Most of the time I use the eyedropper because half the time my origins aren't where they're supposed to be. So, and sometimes you don't want to add the modifier or do the transforms yet. So the antenna, same thing, mirror, turn the X off, turn the Y on. And I know I need to go on the Y because the side of it's the Y axis, the green line. So picker, head, and that pops it right where it needs to be. So now we've got legs and antenna on our butterfly. Okay, so our butterfly is all ready for some wings. So I'm going to select the wings and hit Alt B to put it back where it belongs. Alt R to fix the rotation. I'm going to hit 7 on the number pad. Alt Z so I can see it. Rotate it on the Z by 90. And that's the correct orientation. If it's not, you can hit 90 minus and flip it the other way. I'm going to scale it up until the wings kind of fit. GX to move them forward a little bit. And GY just because I'm trying to line up the wings to where they would actually be poking out of his body. And I think that's a pretty good size. It might be a little too big. No, I think they could actually be a little bigger. Let me Alt G that, put it back in the center. Hit 7. I'm gonna scale it up a hair more and move it forward on the X. Nah, maybe scale it down a little bit again, and just kind of line it up where you think it's going to be. I think right there looks good. So now that we have that there, I'm going to hit GZ and move it down so it's not in my way. And Shift A, mesh, and make a plane. And we need to scale the plane up fairly big. And we're going to do just one side, probably the right side. So the right side's the bottom side. So let's go down here and just scale this cube kind of the right size here. Yeah, right about there should do. Now we're going to go into edit mode and we're going to add some loop cuts to be able to shape this out. I'm going to do 10. That way it gives me plenty of geometry, and I'm just going to start dragging these. Oops, turn proportional editing off. That was not proportional editing. Alright, so we'll start with this one, GG. That one, GG. 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 And we're just GGing until it's pretty close to round. I'm going to leave that one there. We'll move this one. Move these. And actually, if you bring it inside, it's better than outside. Actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that'll be fine. GG, move that there. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to add 2 more loop cuts inside of here. Just so I can grab those and put them kind of inside. Actually, I'm going to just move that one right there. We'll move it over this way a little bit. Move that guy over this way a little bit. And continue what we was doing. If you want to, you can move these around a little bit. It doesn't hurt anything to place them where you need them. We'll add one more in there. Put it about right there. Grab that guy, move him here. We're going to add a bunch more loop cuts going the other direction, so it should be fine. So let's do that. I think 3's plenty. We could do 4. 4 work. So now, you know what, I'm just going to hit A, and I'm going to smooth vertices one time. See what happens. That looks pretty good. That smoothed everything out in a nice way. Grab these 2 and move them over. And just make yourself a basic wing shape. I'm box selecting these, but you can use tweak. If you go up here and hold down and hit tweak, then you can just grab them and move them. You don't have to hit extra buttons. And try to get yourself a nice flow. You want this stuff to flow kind of even if you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, just better than what I got it there. I may need some more loop cuts. If you run into a spot like this and you need another loop cut, just add one. And then you can move everything around where you need to. Because sometimes you just need more geometry to get your shape you want. And the more even your quads are, the better off you are. So you can spend a lot of time doing that if you want to. And I'm pretty happy with that. I think we can make that work. So let's go to solid view and see where it's sitting. I'm going to go ahead and hide this because I don't need it right now. Let's try to get our butterfly wing looking the way it should look. So I'm going to go into edit mode here, and I'm going to select kind of the center of the wing. Like, whoops, that's why I like leaving box select on, because I box select all the time. So I'm going to try to select this center wing area and Shift S, cursor to selected, and I'm just going to put the point of origin there. So Uh, Once you have the cursor there, you can right click, set origin to 3D cursor, and that puts the point of origin there, and then this works without that. So I'm going to hit Shift C and reset the 3D cursor. G, rotate, and just kind of get that wing positioned where you want to position it. Z, 1, 3, 9, rotate. And they're pretty flat right now, but we can give it some shape to it later. I think, oh, gonna rotate that way. G, move it kind of there. And just tweak at it until you're happy with it. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we can do our mirror again. So add modifier, mirror, and picker, and Y. And we got a butterfly. And our butterfly here is one-eyed Willie because he's only got one eye. So we'll do another modifier. So select the eyeball. Do a mirror on the Y, turn off the X, and select his head. And now he's got two eyes. There we go, butterfly. And you can always go in here and if you want to change the size of these, just scale them up a little bit. Move it around. If you go moving it around, though, make sure you're in the right mode. I think that looked a little better, a little bigger. And I'm happy with that. So in the next video, we're going to unwrap and texture this guy and apply our modifiers. And we're going to add a solidify modifier to the wings also. So if you liked the video and you learned something, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.